The next word is respectively. Respectively means in the order mentioned or in the corresponding order. The teacher gave books to John and Sarah, respectively. This means John received the first book and Sarah received the second book. He thanked his parents and friends, respectively, for their support. This means he thanked his parents first and then his friends. The two students finished their exams at 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., respectively. This means the first student finished at 9 a.m. and the second one finished at 10 a.m. The next word is restart. Restart means to begin again or to start something over. He had to restart his computer after it froze. This means he needed to turn his computer off and on again to fix it. She decided to restart her project from the beginning to improve it. This means she chose to start her project over to make it better. The coach told the team to restart the game after the power outage. This means the coach instructed the team to begin the game again after the power went out. The next word is restless. Restless means feeling uneasy or unable to stay calm or still. He felt restless during the long meeting and kept checking his watch. This means he was uncomfortable and couldn't sit still because the meeting was too long. The children became restless after sitting in the car for hours. This means the children started to feel uncomfortable and impatient after being in the car for a long time. She was restless all night, unable to sleep because of the noise. This means she couldn't sleep because she felt uneasy due to the noise. The next word is restrain. Restrain means to hold back or prevent someone or something from moving or acting. The security guard had to restrain the person who tried to enter without permission. This means the security guard had to stop the person from entering by holding them back. She had to restrain her excitement when she heard the good news. This means she had to control her happiness and not show it too much. He tried to restrain his dog from running into the street. This means he tried to stop his dog from running into the road. The next word is restrict. Restrict means to limit or control the size, amount, or range of something. The teacher restricted the use of phones in the classroom. This means the teacher limited when students could use their phones in class. The company decided to restrict access to certain websites during work hours. This means the company limited which websites employees could visit during work. The law restricts the sale of alcohol to people under 21. This means the law limits who can buy alcohol, only allowing those over 21 to purchase it. The next word is restricted. Restricted means limited or controlled in some way. The area near the airport is restricted to authorized personnel only. This means only people with permission are allowed to be near the airport. Access to the building is restricted after business hours. This means the building is closed off to the public after work hours. The restricted zone was marked with warning signs to keep people out. This means the area was marked with signs to show that it was off limits. The next word is restriction. Restriction means a rule or law that limits or controls something. The government imposed a restriction on the number of visitors to the park. This means the government created a rule to limit how many people could visit the park. There are restrictions on what you can bring into the country. This means there are rules that limit what items can be brought into the country. The new restrictions on driving help reduce traffic in the city. This means the new rules for driving are meant to decrease the amount of traffic in the city. The next word is resume. Resume means to begin again or continue after a pause or interruption. She resumed her work after the lunch break. This means she started working again after taking a break for lunch. The meeting will resume at 2 p.m. This means the meeting will start again at 2 p.m. after a pause. He resumed playing his guitar after a few years of not practicing. This means he started playing his guitar again after a long break. The next word is retail. Retail refers to the sale of goods to the public, typically in small quantities. She works in retail, selling clothes at a local store. This means she has a job where she sells clothes directly to customers. The retail store opened at a new branch in the shopping mall. This means the store selling products to customers now has a new location in the mall. Retail prices for electronics are often lower during sales events. This means the prices of electronics in stores are usually reduced during sales. The next word is rethink. Rethink means to think about something again, often to change your mind or find a better solution. You should rethink your decision to go on vacation during the busy season. This means you should reconsider your choice because it might not be the best time. After reading the report, he decided to rethink his approach to the project. This means he decided to consider a different way of doing the project. She had to rethink her plans after the weather forecast changed. This means she changed her plans because the weather was going to be different than expected. The next word is revenue. Revenue means the income that a business or organization receives from its activities, especially the sale of goods and services. The company's revenue increased by 20% last year. This means the company earned 20% more money from its sales last year. The government collects revenue through taxes from individuals and businesses. This means the government makes money from taxes paid by people and companies. The revenue from ticket sales will help fund the event. This means the money made from selling tickets will be used to pay for the event. The next word is rewarding. Rewarding means giving you satisfaction or benefits in return for effort or achievement. Teaching is a rewarding profession because it allows you to help others. This means being a teacher is fulfilling because you can make a difference in people's lives. The volunteer work at the shelter was extremely rewarding. This means helping at the shelter gave a sense of satisfaction or fulfillment. Winning the competition was a rewarding experience for him. This means winning made him feel proud and satisfied for his effort. The next word is richness. Richness refers to the quality of being rich, often in terms of resources, qualities, or experiences. The richness of the landscape made the hike unforgettable. This means the beauty and variety of the landscape made the hike a memorable experience. Her music has a richness that touches the hearts of many listeners. This means her music is deep and emotional, making it very impactful. The richness of the city's culture attracts tourists from all over the world. This means the city's vibrant and diverse culture draws people from many places. The next word is riot. Riot means a violent and uncontrolled public disturbance. The city was in chaos after the riot broke out in the streets. This means the city was disturbed and unsafe because people were protesting violently. A riot occurred when the crowd became angry about the decision. This means people started fighting and causing trouble because they were upset. The police tried to stop the riot by using tear gas to control the crowd. This means the police used a special tool to calm the violent protesters. The next phrase is rip-off. Rip-off means something that is unfairly expensive or a situation where you are charged too much. The price of the concert tickets was a total rip-off. This means the tickets were much too expensive for what they offered. The restaurant charged me for a glass of water, which felt like a ripoff. This means the restaurant unfairly charged for something that should be free. That movie was a ripoff of the original classic. This means the movie copied the original badly and didn't offer anything new or original. The next word is rival. Rival means a person, team, or company that competes with another. The two football teams are fierce rivals, always trying to outdo each other. This means the two teams are competitors and try to be better than the other. He has been a rival of mine in business for many years. This means he has been a competitor in business for a long time. Apple and Samsung are rivals in the smartphone market. This means Apple and Samsung compete to sell more smartphones than each other. The next word is rocky. Rocky means full of difficulties or uneven and rough in texture. Their relationship had a rocky start with many misunderstandings. This means their relationship began with many problems and challenges. The hike became difficult due to the rocky terrain. This means the ground was uneven and made the hike challenging. The project faced a rocky road ahead, but they kept pushing through. This means the project had many difficulties to overcome, but they continued to work hard. The next word is rudely. Rudely means in a way that is disrespectful or impolite. She rudely interrupted the speaker during the meeting. This means she stopped the speaker in an impolite way without waiting for her turn. He rudely refused help when asked. This means he said no in a disrespectful manner. The child rudely shouted at his parents. This means the child spoke in an impolite and disrespectful way to his parents. The next word is rudeness. Rudeness means behavior that is impolite or disrespectful. His rudeness towards the waiter shocked everyone at the table. This means his impolite behavior towards the waiter surprised everyone. She couldn't stand the rudeness of the customers at the store. This means she found it difficult to deal with the impolite behavior of customers. Rudeness is not tolerated in the workplace. This means impolite behavior is not acceptable in the office environment. The next word is runway. Runway means a long, flat surface used by airplanes to take off and land. The airplane lined up on the runway before taking off. This means the plane moved onto the long strip of land where it would lift off into the sky. The fashion show featured models walking down a glamorous runway. This means the fashion show had models walking on a special catwalk for showcasing clothes. The pilot had to wait for clearance before using the runway. This means the pilot needed permission to use the landing strip for takeoff. The next word is sacred. Sacred means something that is considered holy, deserving of respect, or deeply important. The temple is considered sacred by the local people. This means the temple is very important and respected by the people in the area. For many, the ritual of prayer is a sacred tradition. This means praying is an important and respected custom for many people. The land was seen as sacred by the indigenous community. This means the land was considered special and worthy of deep respect by the local people. The next word is sacrifice. Sacrifice means giving up something valuable for the sake of something else, or a person or animal that is offered for a religious purpose. He made many sacrifices to support his family. This means he gave up personal comforts or desires to help his family. The soldiers sacrificed their lives for their country. This means the soldiers gave up their lives in service to their country. The community made a sacrifice to fund the new school project. This means the community gave up some resources to help build the new school. The next word is saint. Saint means a person recognized for their holiness or exceptional goodness, often after death. Mother Teresa is considered a saint because of her kindness to the poor. This means Mother Teresa is seen as a holy person due to her selfless actions. In many cultures, saints are honored with special days and celebrations. This means special days are dedicated to honoring people who have been recognized for their goodness. Saint Francis of Assisi is the patron saint of animals. This means Saint Francis is honored as the protector of animals in religious traditions. The next word is satisfactorily. Satisfactorily means in a way that meets the required standards or expectations. She completed the project satisfactorily, meeting all the deadlines. This means she finished the project in a way that was good enough, following all the rules. The customer was satisfied satisfactorily with the service provided. This means the customer felt their needs were met in a good way. He managed to explain the issue satisfactorily to the team. This means he explained the problem in a clear and acceptable manner to the team. The next word is saving. Saving means money that is put aside for future use, or the act of setting something aside. She made some savings for her future education. This means she saved money to use later for her schooling. He used his savings to buy a new car. This means he spent the money he had saved over time to purchase a car. Saving electricity can help reduce your monthly bills. This means using less electricity can lower the amount of money you have to pay each month. The next word is scan. Scan means to look at something carefully, or to use a machine to examine something. She scanned the document to send it by email. This means she used a machine to make a digital copy of the document. He quickly scanned the room for any signs of danger. This means he looked around the room carefully but quickly to check for problems. The doctor will scan your x-rays to check for any issues. This means the doctor will examine your x-rays using a machine to look for problems. The next word is scarce. Scarce means something that is very rare or difficult to find. Fresh water is scarce in desert regions. This means fresh water is hard to find in areas with little rain. Food was scarce during the war, so people had to make do with less. This means there was not enough food available during the war. The rare flower is scarce and only grows in specific locations. This means the flower is very rare and can only be found in certain places. The next word is scare. Scare means to cause fear or frighten someone. The loud noise in the night scared the children. This means the noise frightened the children. He was scared by the creepy movie last night. This means he felt fear because of the scary movie. The sight of the snake scared her so much she ran away. This means the snake frightened her so much that she quickly left the area. The next word is scenic. Scenic means relating to or providing beautiful views of nature. The scenic route through the mountains was breathtaking. This means the path through the mountains offered beautiful views. We took a scenic drive along the coast to enjoy the ocean views. This means we drove on a road with beautiful views of the sea. The park is known for its scenic beauty and peaceful atmosphere. This means the park is famous for its beautiful and calm natural surroundings. The next word is scholar. A scholar is a person who studies a particular subject in great depth, often in an academic setting. She is a scholar of ancient history. This means she studies and researches the history of ancient times. The scholar wrote several books about philosophy. This means the person published many books on the subject of philosophy. He is regarded as a leading scholar in his field of science. This means he is considered one of the most knowledgeable experts in his area of science. The next word is scholarship. Scholarship means a financial award given to a student to help pay for education or the study of a particular subject. She received a scholarship to attend university. This means she was given money to help pay for her studies. The scholarship allowed him to study abroad without worrying about money. This means the financial award helped him cover the costs of studying in another country. His scholarship in biology was widely recognized. This means his research in biology was well known and respected. The next word is scope. Scope means the range or extent of something, especially a topic, subject, or activity. The scope of the project includes research, development, and testing. This means the project covers research, development, and testing as its main parts. The teacher explained the scope of the course at the beginning. This means the teacher described what will be covered in the course. The scope of the company's operations has expanded internationally. This means the company has grown and now works in many countries around the world. The next word is sector. A sector is a part or division of a larger system, especially in the economy or a specific field. The technology sector has seen rapid growth in recent years. This means the field of technology has grown quickly in recent years. He works in the healthcare sector, focusing on medical research. This means he works in the field of healthcare with an emphasis on studying medical topics. The financial sector plays a key role in the economy. This means the part of the economy dealing with money and investments is very important. The next word is seemingly. Seemingly means according to what appears to be true, but not necessarily so. She was seemingly calm, but I could tell she was worried. This means she appeared calm, but in reality she was concerned. The team was seemingly unbeatable, yet they lost the final match. This means the team looked very strong, but they lost the match in the end. The seemingly simple problem turned out to be very difficult. This means the problem looked easy at first, but it was actually very hard to solve. The next word is selective. Selective means being careful about choosing or picking things or people, often based on specific criteria. He is very selective about the books he reads. This means he carefully chooses the books that interest him or meet his standards. The university has a selective admissions process for new students. This means the university carefully chooses which students can join based on certain requirements. She is selective with her friends, only choosing those who share her values. This means she only chooses friends who have similar beliefs or attitudes. The next word is self. Self refers to a person's essential being that distinguishes them from others, often in terms of their personality or identity. She is confident in herself. This means she has a strong belief in her own abilities and worth. He needed some time to focus on himself. This means he wanted to spend time alone to reflect or relax. Understanding the self is an important part of personal growth. This means learning about who you truly are is crucial for improving yourself. The next phrase is self-catering. Self-catering means providing your own food and cooking for yourself, usually during a stay at a place like a hotel or rental. We stayed in a self-catering apartment while on vacation. This means the apartment allowed us to cook our own meals during the trip. The self-catering option was perfect for our family holiday. This means the ability to cook meals ourselves was ideal for our vacation. They chose a self-catering accommodation to save money on food. This means they decided to stay in a place where they could cook, which helped them spend less on dining out. The next word is self-centered. Self-centered means being primarily concerned with oneself and one's own needs, often without regard for others. His self-centered behavior made it hard to work with him. This means his focus on only himself made cooperation difficult. She was so self-centered that she never listened to anyone else's problems. This means she was too focused on herself and ignored others' issues. People find it hard to connect with self-centered individuals. This means it is difficult to form relationships with people who are only concerned about themselves. The next word is self-conscious. Self-conscious means being overly aware or concerned about how others perceive you, often leading to discomfort. He felt self-conscious about speaking in front of a large crowd. This means he was nervous and worried about how the audience would judge him. She became self-conscious when people started staring at her. This means she felt uncomfortable because she noticed people looking at her. He tried not to be self-conscious, but his nervousness was obvious. This means he attempted to relax, but his anxiety made it clear that he was feeling awkward. The next phrase is self-esteem. Self-esteem refers to a person's sense of their own worth or value. Building self-esteem is important for mental health. This means feeling good about oneself is crucial for maintaining emotional well-being. Her self-esteem improved after she received positive feedback from her teacher. This means she began to feel better about herself after getting praise. Low self-esteem can lead to feelings of insecurity and doubt. This means having a poor opinion of oneself can cause emotional difficulties. The next word is selfishness. Selfishness means the quality of caring only about one's own needs and desires, often at the expense of others. His selfishness caused many of his relationships to fail. This means his focus on himself instead of others led to problems with friends and family. Selfishness in a group can disrupt teamwork and cooperation. This means when people only think about their own interests, it can harm group efforts. She struggled with selfishness, often putting her needs before those of her friends. This means she found it difficult not to prioritize her own desires over others. The next phrase is semi-detached. Semi-detached means a type of house that is connected to another house on one side, but not on both sides. They live in a semi-detached house in a quiet neighborhood. This means their home is attached to another house only on one side, and they live in a peaceful area. The semi-detached property offers more space than an apartment. This means a house with one shared wall gives more room than a flat. He bought a semi-detached home because it was more affordable than a detached one. This means he chose a house with one neighbor attached because it cost less than a fully separate house. The next word is sensational. Sensational means something that is very impressive, exciting, or causing great interest, often in a way that may be exaggerated. The movie received sensational reviews from critics. This means the movie was praised very highly, often in an over-the-top way. She wore a sensational dress to the party. This means her dress was striking and attracted a lot of attention. The news story was sensationalized to attract more viewers. This means the news was presented in an exaggerated way to make it more exciting. The next word is sensibly. Sensibly means doing something in a way that is practical, reasonable, or based on good judgment. She sensibly took an umbrella because it looked like it was going to rain. This means she made a practical decision based on the weather. He sensibly decided not to invest in the risky business venture. This means he used good judgment and chose not to take a financial risk. The teacher sensibly asked the students to review their notes before the exam. This means the teacher made a reasonable suggestion to help the students prepare. The next word is sensitivity. Sensitivity refers to the quality of being sensitive to the feelings, thoughts, or emotions of others, or to physical sensations. His sensitivity to others' feelings made him a good listener. This means he was aware of and considerate toward other people's emotions. She has a high sensitivity to loud noises. This means she reacts strongly or feels discomfort when exposed to loud sounds. Environmental sensitivity is important when making decisions about pollution. This means being aware of and responsive to environmental concerns is essential. The next word is sequence. Sequence refers to a particular order in which things happen or are arranged. The events in the story followed a clear sequence. This means the events occurred in a specific, organized order. You should memorize the sequence of steps for the experiment. This means you need to remember the correct order in which to perform the tasks. The sequence of numbers on the test was challenging to solve. This means the order of numbers presented in the question was difficult to figure out. The next word is serial. Serial means something that is published or produced in parts, or something that happens repeatedly in a series. The book was published as a serial, with a new chapter released each week. This means the book was split into parts, and each part was made available over time. The detective solved a serial crime that involved multiple robberies. This means the crime was committed repeatedly by the same person over time. The serial nature of the event kept people excited to see what would happen next. This means because the event happened in episodes, it kept people eagerly waiting for the next part. The next word is setback. Setback refers to a problem or delay that slows down progress or makes something more difficult. The project faced a setback due to unexpected technical difficulties. This means the project was delayed because of problems with the technology. She experienced a setback in her career after the company downsized. This means she faced a delay or problem in her job due to the company reducing its size. The team's setback didn't stop them from achieving their goals. This means even though they faced challenges, they were still able to succeed. The next word is settlement. Settlement refers to an agreement or the establishment of a community or group in a new place. They reached a settlement after a long negotiation. This means they agreed on a solution after discussing the issue for a long time. The settlement of the new colony began with the arrival of the first settlers. This means people started living in a new area, forming a community there. The court ordered a financial settlement to resolve the dispute. This means the court decided on a monetary agreement to end the disagreement. The next word is sewing. Sewing means the activity of joining fabric together using a needle and thread, or the work done in this way. She spent the afternoon sewing a new dress. This means she used a needle and thread to make a new dress. He learned sewing as a hobby when he was younger. This means he took up the activity of making things with fabric in his free time. The sewing machine made the work much faster. This means the machine was used to stitch fabric together more quickly. The next word is shabby. Shabby means something that is in poor condition because it has been used a lot or is old. The old house looked shabby after years of neglect. This means the house appeared worn out and in bad shape due to lack of care. She wore a shabby coat to the party. This means her coat was old, worn, or in bad condition. The shabby furniture made the room feel less inviting. This means the old and worn-out furniture gave the room an unpleasant appearance. The next word is shame. Shame refers to a feeling of guilt or embarrassment because of something wrong or inappropriate you have done. He felt a deep sense of shame after lying to his friends. This means he felt guilty and embarrassed because he had been dishonest. The public scandal brought shame to the family's reputation. This means the scandal caused people to think badly of the family. She couldn't hide her shame after making the mistake. This means she felt embarrassed and couldn't conceal her guilt. The next word is shameful. Shameful means something that causes a feeling of shame or is considered wrong or disgraceful. His shameful behavior at the party embarrassed everyone. This means his actions were inappropriate and caused others to feel embarrassed. It was a shameful act to cheat during the exam. This means cheating on the exam was considered morally wrong and disgraceful. The shameful incident ruined his career. This means the disgraceful event caused harm to his professional life. The next word is sheer. Sheer means something that is very thin, transparent, or complete in its nature. The sheer curtains allowed the sunlight to filter through. This means the curtains were very thin and let some light pass through them. She showed sheer determination in completing the race. This means she showed complete and strong determination. The mountain's sheer cliffs were impossible to climb. This means the cliffs were steep and difficult, almost vertical, making climbing extremely challenging. The next word is shield. Shield means a protective barrier or object that defends against harm or danger. The soldiers held their shields in front to protect themselves. This means the soldiers used large, flat objects to guard themselves against attacks. The police shielded the protesters from the rain with umbrellas. This means the police protected the protesters from the rain using umbrellas. The company uses insurance as a shield against financial risks. This means the company uses insurance to protect itself from potential financial problems. The next word is shortcoming. Shortcoming refers to a fault or weakness in someone or something. His main shortcoming was his inability to communicate clearly. This means his weakness was that he struggled to express himself effectively. The report had some shortcomings which the team worked to fix. This means the report had flaws or problems that the team needed to address. The software's biggest shortcoming is its slow processing speed. This means the main fault of the software is that it takes too long to process information. The next word is shorten. Shorten means to make something shorter in length or duration. You can shorten your essay by removing unnecessary details. This means you can make your essay shorter by taking out information that isn't needed. The teacher asked me to shorten the presentation to fit the time limit. This means the teacher wanted me to reduce the length of my presentation to match the available time. You should shorten your workout if you're feeling tired. This means you should reduce the duration of your exercise because you're feeling exhausted. The next word is shuttle. Shuttle refers to a vehicle or service that moves people or things back and forth between 2 points. The shuttle bus took us from the hotel to the airport. This means a bus made trips between the hotel and the airport to transport people. The space shuttle launched into space early this morning. This means the spacecraft known as the shuttle was launched into space. The company offers a shuttle service to transport employees to the office. This means the company provides a transportation service to take workers to their workplace. The next word is shyness. Shyness means the feeling of being nervous or uncomfortable in social situations. Her shyness made it hard for her to speak in front of a crowd. This means she felt nervous and uncomfortable, which made it difficult for her to talk to many people. Shyness can sometimes prevent people from making new friends. This means feeling shy can make it harder for people to meet and connect with others. Despite her shyness, she still managed to present the project well. This means even though she felt nervous, she was able to do the presentation successfully. The next word is significance. Significance means the importance or meaning of something. The significance of this discovery cannot be overstated. This means the importance of this discovery is so great that it's hard to describe how important it is. The teacher explained the significance of studying history. This means the teacher explained why studying history is important. The significance of the meeting was clear to everyone involved. This means everyone understood how important the meeting was. The next word is similarly. Similarly means in a way that is like something else or in a similar manner. She dressed similarly to her sister for the party. This means she wore clothes that were like the ones her sister wore. The two companies similarly benefit from the new technology. This means both companies gain advantages in the same way from the new technology. The children played similarly to how they did last summer. This means the children played in a way that was like the way they played last summer.